Hey, thanks for watching. Make sure to stick around to the end of the video for a special offer that you do not want to miss. Enjoy.
Hey guys, Rui here, and today I'm going to be taking you through a full golf focused warm-up. Now this can be used pre-game, post-game, whatever you want. You can also use this intermittently in between your golf game to help with your golf swing, essentially. Now the purpose of the golf swing is to drive the ball as far as you can and as accurately as you can. The problem is when we go into that swing motion, a lot of us have restrictions, and sometimes those restrictions can manifest into really poor swing patterns and things that can create a lot of sort of repetitive strain and problems over time if we're not careful. So the goal for today is to kind of restore some of that rotational capacity and what we call disassociation in order to help you with your golf swing overall. So the first thing we're going to do is a quick little test. This can also be doubled as a mobilization. So you could use this as a warm-up, and it's also something you can use as a baseline to gauge whether you're getting better or if there's any improvements happening. And this is our disassociation drill. This comes from my training through the Titleist Performance Institute. So what we're going to do is essentially get into our stance as if we're addressing the ball. So that means feet are sort of hip width apart, knees slightly bent. We're going to cross the shoulders, or hands across the shoulders, sorry, and our head and eyes are on a slight down angle as if we're looking at an imaginary ball in front of us, all right? Now from this position, your back should be nice and straight. Some of you might have a tendency to round your back. We wanna make sure we're neutral, okay? So if you fully flex and fully extend both ways, you wanna kind of split the difference, okay? That's what about neutral will be. So keep in that neutral position. What you guys want to do is, while keeping the hips fixed in place, I want you to rotate your upper trunk side to side. My hips are not moving, and notice my head is still fixed on that imaginary golf ball in front of me. And what this is doing, it's essentially mimicking the golf swing, okay, or part of it. So that's part one. Part two, we're going to switch. We're going to fix the upper trunk and shoulders and try to rotate your hips without moving your shoulders. Some of you will have a much harder time with this one than the first one we just did. All right. So again, notice I'm keeping my head and eyes, shoulders and trunk fixed, but my pelvis is rotating on its own, okay? Now, that's your test. We're going to retest that again at the end. But essentially what that's doing, it's training the body and the brain to move different segments of your body independently of one another. The problem is with a lot of the things we do with working at a desk or just inactivity, we get stiff. And so when we go into that golf swing, everything moves as one single unit, right? Where there should be individual pieces moving at different times, and they call this in Titleist the kinematic sequence. So the club head is first, followed by the arms, followed by the trunk, and then finally followed by the pelvis. And then the same thing happens in reverse order when we go into our follow through. So we should be able to move those segments of our body independently of one another. If we can't, that's an opportunity for improvement. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go right into what I call the good old thumb drill. This is something that I've sort of adapted from Paul Chek, who's a holistic health practitioner. And essentially what you want to do is, with one hand, bring your arm extended out in front, like you're giving someone a thumbs up, and I want you to keep your head and eyes fixed on that spot, right on your thumb. Now what we're going to do is we're going to rotate, keeping the hips completely fixed. We're going to rotate the trunk as far as we can over until we can't go any further, okay? I'm gonna move forward a bit so you guys can see. All right. And then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna go into the drill itself, okay? That first part was just a test to see how far you can rotate. Again, we keep that pelvis fixed. Eyes on the thumb. We're gonna keep the head still, and we're going to just bring that arm horizontally away from the nose, but your eyes are gonna track that thumb, and then you're gonna reset. And again, head and eyes are still, but I'm looking at the thumb, resetting each time. Okay, so again, arm and thumb are moving side to side. My head is still, but my eyes are tracking that thumb. Some of you might find you're wanting to look over. Try to keep that head still. Don't let the head move, and just let the eyes move on their own. You might even get to a point where that thumb is out of your field of view. That's okay, you're still trying to look at it. Good. Part 2 is to bring the thumb away from the midline, and you're gonna look away from the thumb, simultaneously looking at the thumb together. Okay, again, I'm gonna explain that. So the thumb is moving in the exact same direction, our eyes are staying fixed, but now the head is moving in opposition away from the thumb. So even when my head is turned all the way out this way, I'm looking towards my thumb. Even though I know I can't see it, it's there, I'm trying. Reset and repeat. Okay, this is a little bit of that sort of, you know, head tap, tummy rub thing where you're trying to do two things at once. It takes a bit of practice, but once you get good at it, I promise it actually helps a lot. Good. We'll do one more. And that's good there. Okay, so I want you to take that thumb straight out in front. We're gonna retest that rotation. So keep the pelvis fixed, rotate, your head and eyes can follow this time, and see if you can go any further. I definitely got more range on that second go. So that's sort of like a quick, simple little sort of neural and sort of ocular and muscular trick that we can do really quickly just to expand our rotational capacity. Let's do the same thing on the other side together. So part 1 is to bring the arm straight out in front, thumb is pointed, keep the pelvis fixed, and we're just gonna do our test first to see how far we can rotate. Okay, let's bring it back. And first thing we're gonna do is just keeping the eyes fixed on the thumb, rotate the arm away, keeping the head perfectly still, but the eyes are tracking, okay? They're looking at that thumb the whole time. In terms of reps here, you can do somewhere between 7 and 10. More. All right, part 2 is a little trickier. This is where your head is going to move in the opposite direction, but the eyes will stay fixed on that thumb. So again, we're rotating away. Eyes are looking towards the thumb, and it's way outside my field of view, but that's okay. I'm still trying to look to that side. Again, looking to the right or left if you're going left. Working. Okay, head and arm are moving away from each other, but the eyes are still trying to stay fixated on that thumb. Do a couple more here. And that's good. Okay, shake it out. And let's retest. Keep the pelvis fixed, and head and eyes can look with it this time. Rotate and see if you can go any further. And voila. That is your quick and simple little thumb drill that you can do to help with your rotation. Again, works really good anytime in between, before or after golf. Next thing we're gonna do is a really simple technique. We call this elbow to sky. This is gonna help kind of really mobilize the discs of your thoracic spine and give you a little bit more rotation to hopefully allow you to get a little bit of a better golf swing. For this, you're gonna be in a quadruped position, so basically down on all fours. And then from here, you're gonna take one hand behind the head, or the neck essentially, and you're going to point that elbow towards the opposite knee, and then you're going to point it all the way up to the sky, and then reset and repeat. To the elbow, to the sky. Okay, and switch. Other hand behind the neck. Point the elbow to the knee, all the way to the sky. good there, awesome. So that's your elbow to sky technique. And the last thing we're gonna do, just to finish off this little golf warm-up series, is our trunk rotation with PNF. So for this, you guys are actually gonna be laying on the floor with your arms extended out like so, kind of like you're drawing the letter T with your body. From this position, what you want to do is just drop the legs over to one side like so, and then you're going to take your hand over top like this to apply a little bit of an overpressure, and you should feel a good stretch through your spine here. Once you're in this position, what you're going to do is apply a little bit of a force with your legs into your hand. Hold it for 1, 2, 3, relax, and then push your legs a little further into the ground and breathe. And again, we're going to push our legs into the hand. Hold for a few seconds and push it a little further. Awesome, we'll do that one more time. Little push, hold for a few seconds, relax, and bring it over. Fantastic, all right, let's reset. Let's drop the legs over to the other side. Take that hand over top. I can definitely feel this side doesn't quite go as far as the other, and that might be the case for you as well. So let's try to fix that. So part one is to just gently push your legs into the hand. Hold it for a few seconds. Exhale, relax the legs, push them into the ground. This other arm is just rested, relaxed out to my side. Let's do it again. Push the legs into the hand, hold for a few seconds. Relax, push it a little deeper into the ground. I'm going to do a third and final push. And relax, taking that rotation a little further just to finish it up. And that's good. Awesome. So that is your trunk rotation. Whoop, there goes my microphone. So to finish, what we're gonna do is that same thing we did at the very beginning, which is the disassociation drill. So you guys might remember this one. Essentially, knees are slightly bent, good sort of posture as if we're addressing the ball. Hands are gonna cross the chest over the shoulders like so, and keeping the head and eyes fixed on that imaginary ball, we're gonna rotate that upper trunk side to side. Good. And we're gonna rotate the hips, keeping the shoulders and the head fixed. Okay, there's no movement happening in my shoulders and head. Here you go, good. Awesome, and that is your dynamic golf warm-up. Thank you guys so much. We'll catch you on the next one. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, but if you need more personalized coaching or guidance with your mobility, pain, stiffness, etc., then you gotta try our Stretch Health Plus free trial, where you'll get access to our entire library of pre-recorded mobility videos, as well as our interactive Zoom classes with a certified mobility instructor. If you wanna take your health and mobility to new levels, then click the link in the description below for your Stretch Health Plus free trial. We'll see you there.